Hello everyone, this is AK from This Leisure Moment. If this is your first time to the channel, welcome. For my subscribers, thanks for coming back and hanging out with your boy. Tonight we're going to make a meatloaf from scratch. From prep to cook should be about an hour. So right after work, it'll give you an hour and then you're eating. So sit back, relax, take notes, and welcome to This Leisure Moment. Okay, so we're going to start out with 1.5 pounds of ground beef. We're going to add in 1 chopped up onion. Now, if you haven't seen my video about the tools and utensils that I use in the small kitchen, you guys definitely need to look at that. I'll go ahead and post that up so you guys can look at it. Yeah, you want to mix this well because 1 full cut up onion can be a lot, but when you cook it in the oven, it's not going to be a hard piece of onion. It's going to solidify and you'll get that onion flavor. Now, if you didn't want to use onion, you can use onion powder. Okay, so now we need 1 egg. Hard to do this, oh, there we go. Hard to do this with gloves on. I don't normally use gloves, especially when I'm in my house cooking for myself. But for the sake of you all seeing what I'm doing, I'm using a glove. Use 1 cup of, you can either use breadcrumbs, you can cut up a couple of pieces of bread, and you use 1 cup of milk. Now you see why I got gloves on. It's not very difficult to get all these things done, to prepare it. You can cut up your onions and you can prep everything like I just prepped it. You can do it the day before, you can do it before you go to work so you don't have to come home and you're like, man, I don't want to deal with this when I get home. So a lot of times the onions that I have, because I cook so many different things, I'll cut up several onions at once. Or I can use that chopper that I have and I can use that to do what I need to do. To chop up the onions or any vegetables that I'm going to do. Now I could keep my gloves on, but I'm about to use my seasoned salt, my garlic powder, and my pepper. So I don't want to get all that all over the bottles. I'm going to season it according to how I usually season it based on what it is. So that's about 1 tablespoon of garlic powder. That's about 1 tablespoon of seasoned salt. And that's about 1 teaspoon of pepper. Now, you don't want to put too much pepper in there because you'll get too much spice. And I don't know if everybody likes that spice. Right, my hands. So you still want to mix everything thoroughly. And it's going to feel like it's too much moisture. Relax, you're going to be all right. As long as you don't overdo it, and make sure you have 1.5 pounds of ground beef. Don't skimp on your ground beef. Oh, it was just under that. No, then the ingredients is going to be too much. So make sure you have what you're supposed to have, and make sure you mix it thoroughly all the way. Yeah, I know, it's all between my fingers. I know. Now, there's a coating sauce that I'm about to make, but I'm going to put it inside of the bread pan first before I make that sauce, and then I'm gonna cover it with the sauce. So bear with me, wipe my hands off a little bit. Okay. I usually clean as I go, but I've got the sink covered, so we're not gonna do that. So here's my olive oil, and here's my bread pan. So you wanna put some oil in there, because you're going to oil the bottom and the sides. The reason you do that so it doesn't stick. Okay, so let's get you out of there. Now, I'm not saying that you can't use the meatloaf packets that you get in the store. I'm just showing you a way that if you say, oh my God, I don't have any meatloaf packet, it's okay, make it from scratch. Doesn't take that many ingredients. Everybody should have ketchup, everybody should have mustard. Those are some condiments that you should normally have no matter what. Okay, so now the meatloaf is in there. Let me get a bowl out, and we are going to make the coating sauce. Okay, so for that, we have mustard. We have 2 tablespoons of mustard. And now the ingredients, I will make sure I put it in the show notes so you guys will understand exactly what I put in there. These cups that I'm using now, this is brown sugar. The cups that I'm using now are prep cups, and this is ketchup. Now this is a coating sauce. It goes over the top, and it's almost like a glaze is what you're using it for. You want to make sure you mix it thoroughly though. Remember, you got brown sugar in there, so you really have to mix this thoroughly. This is the same meatloaf you had when you was little. This is a traditional meatloaf. I don't remember that sauce on the top. You're right, because it tastes so good you ain't pay attention to it. That's why. Okay, I have already preheated my oven. And we are going to cook this for about an hour. Depending on your oven, which one you use. I am using a convection oven. So for me, it might be about 45 minutes. I always pay attention to what I cook because what you believe is in a recipe means nothing to that stove or that oven because it'll say, well, I heat up faster than what the recipe calls for. If that's the case, then what? So, all right, let's pop this bad boy in the convection. And I shall return when we get closer. So everybody stand by. I'll be right back. Okay, let's take this out of the oven. Man, that smells good. Okay, so I did not make potatoes with this. Reason I didn't make potatoes with this or rice, I went to see my doctor and she said my sugar level was up. So I'm trying to stay a lot away from a lot of starch. So you'll see me a lot of times eating these meals with vegetables. Now, if you want to see me make mashed potatoes, because I can always give them to my neighbor, but if you want to see that, make sure you leave a comment down there below. So I got me some green beans that I had yesterday, and that's what's left over from them. I'm gonna taste this because everybody gonna want to know, AK, what it tastes like. So we going to get a little bite right here. Please don't burn my mouth. It sure look good though. Lord have mercy. So, it's going to depend on your oven, what you like. Okay, let me turn you guys around so you can see me.
This leisure moment, here we go.
So this is, man, this is great right here. Man, I love this. So, like, comment, subscribe. If this is your first time here, welcome. Please come back and join us again. For my subscribers, thanks for rocking with your boy. I appreciate you. I will see everyone next time at this leisure moment.